What's going on, guys? This is Remy with Level 1 News, and I'm here to talk about a new segment that's going to be going on Level 1, and this has to do with more the entertainment side. This one is going to be a little near and dear to my heart, and it's called Trailer versus Movie. Now, before I start getting into the whole thing and what we're going to be doing, I just want to talk about how important it is, like, for trailers to depict what a movie is and how much. I mean, now we put more emphasis on an actual trailer to a movie, or at least people that are kind of like movie buffs, but we don't really give the credit to even the video editor for a trailer, which I'll get into the trailer that we're going to be going into, and then who edited that actual video. But to put into context, the trailer for a movie pretty much sets the tone. We obviously know that, but nowadays it can make or break a movie depending on how you were interpreting the trailer, or sometimes what you'll get is either a trailer is not really that great, it doesn't make you want to watch a movie, and then that's it. Sometimes a trailer can be worse than the movie, and you go in with lower expectations if you go to see the movie, and that's outstanding. Sometimes a trailer is cut way better than the actual movie, and then you become underwhelmed with actually watching a movie. And so what you really want, and what this segment is about, is if a trailer can depict fully or nearly that same excitement and level of wanting to see the movie as much as the trailer did to when you actually saw the movie, and then what the outcome was from that versus what you saw in the trailer. So the reason why I'm creating this segment is that I'm a really big movie buff. Love actually going to the cinema, seeing a movie, seeing how good it is and exciting. I love the ups, the highs, the lows, everything, being excited, and this is all with being in a crowd and everything else. And I like to see things. I'm a big videophile, so I like to see things as crisp, clear as possible. It all makes a difference to me in my viewing experience. And with that said, nowadays we have tons of trailers that come out for movies. I'm not huge on watching so many trailers for a movie. I think if you stitch about 4 trailers together, you've watched nearly half the movie, if not more. And that all depends on the studio wanting certain things cut into the trailer, and then whoever actually cut the trailer. And from there, it could pretty much be all cut together into a way where you're like, I saw, the whole movie. Or if, if it's a funny movie, you've seen all the funny parts. If it's an action movie, you've seen all the action parts, or something very revealing. So this is what I do in my personal life, and this is what I'm trying to emphasize in this actual segment here, is that I really only go into watching a movie seeing the first trailer. I actually don't watch any other trailers. My friends actually know this about me. I see the first trailer, and the first trailer really consists of a trailer that's cut roughly 2 minutes. So just slightly under or slightly above is a full real one. The first real trailer that's like that is the one that I see, and it depicts if I want to see the movie or not, and that's how I go into watching the movie, and that's it. I avoid every other trailer after that. And if it's a teaser that's about a minute and a half or less, then I'll still watch a full 2-minute trailer just to get a full sense of what I'm gonna be seeing at the theater. Otherwise, I avoid it all. The only way I start watching multiple trailers is if it's a movie that I'm not really keen on seeing, and that's because the trailers are not doing anything for me, or the movie's not doing anything for me. Then I'll pretty much watch all the trailers until maybe something will entice me to want to see it. But movies I'll give you examples: Star Wars, when it came back, and a bunch of other movies in that realm with Justice League and everything else. Justice League is a very big example of 4 trailers being stitched together. You've watched the movie. Or Batman v Superman, you've watched the movie. And I only went into these movie theaters watching the first trailer because I want to see all the scenes new. I don't want I want to be excited. I don't want to feel like I've been there, seen that. That's why when I go to see these movies and everything else, I see things firsthand, and nothing was too revealing that it's gonna ruin the surprise. So getting onto the segment, trailer versus movies. So basically what I'm giving you is the first trailer of every movie that I'm going into, that I'm actually gonna review the movie. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch the trailer with all of you. So we'll see that first trailer, the one that I'm actually talking about, and then we'll see how closely it matched up with the movie, basically the final product. And if the movie was better or worse, or if it was on par. And that's we're kind of where we want to go. You're a winner if if the movie was on par with the trailer, or you're a winner if the movie just somehow came out better than what the trailer was. But there's so many little intricate kind of things that are different between a trailer and a movie, why it was cut a certain way and everything else. We'll kind of just dive a little bit into that. But I just express my love with what I'm watching trailer wise, and then what I get into movie wise. So without further ado, we'll watch one of my favorite trailers in recent times, and it's really not so recent. I possibly will do a top 5, so this is maybe one of them, but it is actually the movie that kind of started it all with that stuff. And if you can't notice by my shirt, which is kind of like from Think Geek, Robot to Big Monster, it is the first Transformers. Now, the first Transformers movie, arguably the only good Transformers movie, to come out of the Michael Bay era of Transformers movies, but it is a movie that is one of my favorite movies that there is. The rest of the Transformers I can't speak of, just because I can, they weren't that great. Some here and there, the whole thing. But the first Transformers movie was, it had a lot to do with the fact that this was going to be one of the first movies that depicted something that was a toy and a cartoon to be set in a movie setting in a much darker tone and reality. It's not the first one to do stuff like that. Like, obviously the old Ninja Turtles and stuff came from like an old cartoon or toy line, and then was obviously, it kept going after that. So, but that's, very lighthearted. It's a very different kind of movie. So this was like something that was set in a more realistic tone, trying to depict giant robots in our setting. And it's like, how do you do that? Well, they had a couple ideas. Michael Bay became the director of what this was. There was some skepticism about that, but our first idea is we had a little tiny teaser trailer before this, which was like a rover robot with Mars, and you saw like a hand grab it. Fine. But then the real first trailer that came out was very important on setting the tone for like what we would be watching. And crazy enough, they didn't reveal anything too much in the first trailer, and they actually made sure that they didn't do it on this actual trailer. But before I jump into that, let's actually all watch the trailer together. So I'll get into this, and we will watch the first Transformers trailer, which I can watch over and over again. So we're going to do that. I remember being in the theaters for this, to watch the trailer and another movie that I was watching, and I was like, "Ooh, Transformers! I definitely want to see this."
The only lead we have is this sound. MH3 pilot, power down now. Have your crew step out or we will kill you.
So gripping. right, so that was the trailer to the first Transformers, and trailer A. So it was the first trailer. Really gripping stuff. I remember being in the theater watching it, like, pretty excited, or a little skeptical on what was gonna go on, and my jaw dropped. I was like, this looks like a crazy serious movie that they're really about to bring, like, these giant robots that are disguised as cars and vehicles and a bunch of other things into life and into the real world. So it was an awesome job, not only because the fact that it didn't use any music to actually, make the trailer or anything else. It was done all with sound effects, and from what I heard, it is actually sound effects and stuff that have to do with robots and all these other little things, to have made the trailer kind of possible and edited a certain way. So really great job. A lot of things that you don't really hear about is who makes these trailers, who edits them. There's probably databases for them, stuff like that now or newer. But this, you gotta remember that this movie and the trailer came out 2007. So, stuff like that wasn't really heard about, and these things kind of fall in between the cracks. So big shout out to Doug Bandit, which I believe is the person that really created this trailer, and I think he worked closely with Michael Bay to make the trailer and set the tone and everything else. And I thought it was like a great job to do that. Now, trailer versus movie again. How are we comparing this to the movie? The movie was great. Everything about it, I believed, was really good. It had, it was lighthearted in tones where it needed to be. It was darker in scenes than it needed to be. It was a funny movie. It was a gripping movie, and it had the craziest action that you could really ever think of in a movie in 2007, which I can watch it this day and it still holds up very, very well. Everything from the acting, Shia LaBeouf got his real big acting debut on that, was funny. You had a bunch of different characters doing a bunch of different things, and well-known actors at that, doing a great job, depicting this entire field and movie and what's supposed to be going on. And I remember the first time you saw really like Optimus Prime and everything else, it was really, really crazy, and it was really insane. So the only thing that I would say in a big difference between the trailer and the movie is that the trailer made the entire movie seem really, really dark, and like, this was going to be the first time that Earth, and we have not only some sort of form of alien creatures, because that's the big deal about the actual movie itself, was it was going to be them versus us. So the military, everybody is involved, and we're just sort of helpless trying to like defend ourselves. Now the movie does do a lot of that, but it also has its lightheartedness. The movie is very funny, and it knows how to have its heroism moment. So it didn't really depict any of that stuff. It just depicted, our fight against this giant alien robotic creatures. It still left me wanting more, and that was like the biggest deal. If I had to put it into a sum, I think that the movie was slightly better than the trailer, but this is still one of my favorite trailers that I'd seen in recent times. And it's such a great trailer to kind of go back in and go like, when I start seeing newer trailers or anything else, this is like sort of like a baseline of like a trailer to make that's powerful. I thought it was a really powerful trailer for such a movie that was going to be like a summer like action flick blockbuster kind of movie, and it was a huge movie, but the trailer I thought was very, very important, and it did its job very well. So again, shout out to Doug Bandit, sorry for that. And I'll be going through a lot more trailers, some of my favorite trailers from the last decade really, and then as movies come out, I'll be showing you what the first trailer was, and then what my review of the movie was, and then based off of what the trailer kind of did for the movie, or if it worked against the movie, or in between that category. So hope you liked this video segment. Comment below if you want me to add to this, if you want, you have a favorite movie and you wanted me to do a trailer versus movie for that. Sort of any tidbits to sort of add in between this. I'll be, going through a lot more in depth with other movies and trailers as, time goes on, building this up into something big. This is really actually passionate for me. So hopefully, you guys all enjoy this. Hit like, hit subscribe on the channel for this, more of gaming, entertainment, lots of tech stuff. So this is Ryan for Level News, signing out. See you later.